What's up, friggin' world? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. My name is Justin Copeland, and again, I'm joined by
Grace.
Glad you remembered your name.
I do. It's hard sometimes with the paw. I never know when it's gonna come.
No, it's my fault.
The pause.
That is my fault. I keep changing it up, but you slide right through it with ease and just poise.
Grace.
So today we're starting a little bit of a series, and that is going to be completely contingent upon you and your interests. If you want to see videos like this, leave me a like, or leave us a like, really, and you can let us know in the comments after the video how you felt about this topic. So we have these different ranges of lists that we're going to do, and each one's going to focus on a particular function of fragrances. So a lot of time we talk about, oh, fresh, or we talk about like particular notes. Those things they're kind of broad, right? I wanted to focus in on some slightly more specific topics here. So today we're doing Dapper.
Dapper.
So let's define Dapper. Dapper, at least in the way I'm defining it, is you're trying to convey a sense of refinement in your image. You dress smartly, you dress well, you wear clothes that fit you well, that just make you look professional, but not necessarily formal here. We're not going for the most formal image here. We'll save that for another video. How would that translate to scent? In this case, a little bit of a freshness, I think, is going to be a through line between these fragrances, but they don't all only lean in the fresh direction. There's going to be some here that do have some depth, but they might lead with the freshness, maybe not so much that they've been drying down for a little while, but I think in the air especially, they will still kind of give you a fresh feeling, but there's depth. Nothing overly sweet or playful or youthful or anything like that. I think you'll know when you smell them what we're getting at here. So Grace is going to smell 10 fragrances blindly, and
I'm gonna find the dapperest.
That is a word, guys. You ready?
Ready.
All right.
Let's go.
Here's your first pick.
Okay. Is this what you were wearing earlier?
Maybe.
Yes?
Yes, it is. I don't think I told you what it was, though.
No, you didn't.
Okay, that's good. But yes, I was wearing this.
Very dapper. You know, I like this. It's probably not my favorite. We didn't ever talk about the notes, but I was gonna ask you if it had iris in it. Or violet leaf, or something kind of powdery and sweet.
No violet leaf, no iris, but I kind of see what you mean. There's a sweetness in there, but it's subtle. To me, it's a little bit more creamy.
It is creamy,
but I see what you mean by powdery.
It has something in it that I'm not like,
okay,
isn't necessarily my favorite.
Okay.
But it's just a taste thing. It's not like a fragrance thing.
Got it, yes. That's very mature to say. Most people don't get that.
You might love it.
If you had
I might love it with more time.
Yes.
But that was just my initial response to it. But it's nice.
If you had to rate it out of 10.
7.
7.
7 out of 10.
Okay, so you gave a 7 out of 10 to Vivere, which is the newest fragrance from Naughton & Wilson. You've smelled Gravitas. By the time this video airs, they will have seen you smell Gravitas already in our previous video. And this...
The summer date night.
That's right. And this is the follow-up to that. Now, it's not really supposed to be a flanker of that. It does kind of have a little bit of the DNA in there, I think, in the base. I'm still getting to know this fragrance. I wore it for the first time today. It's characterized by apparently watermelon, gin. There's a lot of herbaceousness up top with citrus, and dries down to like moss, like oak moss and wood. Yeah, I don't either. When I heard about this fragrance, I was very excited because I was like, ooh, watermelon and gin. Those two notes really piqued my interest, and I was like honed in on them. I smelled it, and I'm like, I kind of get gin at first spray. You're not gonna get it now.
It's dry, deep.
The first spray, it's kind of sharp and cooling, kind of what you would expect from gin. But watermelon, I have yet to find it. So I'm hoping I find it, I think, with some heat applied. So wearing it out in the daytime, getting a little bit of heat on the skin is gonna make it come to life a little bit more. But would you say this is something you would maybe kind of dress up a little bit?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely Dapper.
Cool.
Not the dapperest.
But dapper.
On its way.
7 out of 10 for Vivere. We will just focus in on your highest rating. So we're not going to be keeping track of everything. Anything that really sticks out, 8.5, 9, pushing up to 10. Those are the ones we'll keep an eye on.
Love it.
Okay.
All right,
Here's
here we go.
one.
We're on the hunt. Ooh, this is great.
I agree.
I like it. It is quite spicy. It is fresh.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Okay. It smells dapper to you.
It does. It smells crisp and clean.
Yes. By the way, clean, that's a great word to use. We are going to do another video just based on clean fragrances. I wouldn't call this a clean fragrance, but there's a clean aspect to it. Oh, that's for another video, just to let you know.
This is amazing.
Wow. And what would this amazing fragrance be rated?
8.5. Pushing 9.
8.75.
8.75.
That's a pretty dang good rating. Creed Viking.
Oh, I really like this one.
8.75 to Creed Viking. A lot better than its, yes, we don't even need to say it.
Don't even go there.
Currently my favorite from the house.
I even loved it
Currently.
on you. It's probably a 9 on you.
Good to know. All right, so we'll keep that in mind. That one's gonna be near the top. Here's your next pick.
Wow, this is great too. This is like shower fresh and spicy.
Yes.
Man, these are great. Is there pepper in here?
Probably. There's definitely spice in there.
Yeah,
For sure.
And I love this one too.
This is a classic.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is great. 8.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you gave an 8.5 to Cartier. Pasha de Cartier.
Have I smelled this?
I think you have, but it was a long time ago. Maybe in one of our earlier videos. This came out in 1992. Total classic, unbelievable quality for a designer fragrance. Cartier, I keep saying it, I've been saying it, a highly overlooked house.
Did you wear one of those later today? Wasn't that the rose one?
Yes. In fact, I was wearing Declaration d'une Soir, which is one of my favorites. And we talked about that in the
date night.
That's
we
right.
went on a date and highly recommend it.
It did work.
But whatever that means. I do recommend checking this one out from the discounters. You can usually get it under 40 bucks maybe, between 40 and 50 if not less. So great quality for the price. Dapper. This one's different. Different direction.
Ooh, wow. This is gonna be polarizing.
Yes.
I like it.
Okay. But I agree.
It's smoky.
Yes, it is.
Maybe kind of leathery. I can't really tell.
Okay.
Also kind of green.
You just wait. It's more than kind of green. You
Very
just wait.
green.
I mean, you'll see.
This is amazing. Not very sweet at all.
No, it's a dry,
it's
not
mossy,
sweet. Yeah,
but
earthy, grassy, woody. Kind of
almost like
mouth-watering.
Yeah, in a way, but almost like a you can smell the dryness, but you want to keep smelling it.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Like it makes my mouth feel dry, but
it sounds terrible. But I get what you mean.
But I like it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna say 8.
Okay.
I think it probably smells great on skin, but I think it's definitely gonna be one way or the other.
Yeah,
like you're either gonna love it or.
From Jacques Fat.
Oh.
Le Lodin.
Yes,
Which
that's
you
right.
have
The
smelled
green
before.
jacket.
It is very much a green looking fragrance here. Yeah, so it's based on the Le Lodin jacket, which is kind of this woolen overcoat, and it was made famous by the Jacques Fat brand.
Very dapper.
A vetiver based scent.
Vetiver.
Lots of vetiver in here. Earthy, woody, maybe a little leathery. There's a freshness at first spray. I think there's some citrus in there. A little smoky as well. I do agree with that. No sweetness here. Quite dry. It's a serious scent. Not formal, once again, but serious. The kind of person who's walking around smelling like this, they're usually making the decisions, I would say.
That's a perfect way of putting that. How does he always do this? This man and his analogies give me every time. I swear, so good at it.
I wanted to come up with something better, but I'm glad it worked. So we have an 8 out of 10 for Le Lodin.
And you need to buy this if you're the one making the decisions.
Paper's not doing this one justice.
No, it's not. It's flat on paper. No spray it on skin?
Yeah, I'll put it on my hand. So look away and show them the bottle. Who knows?
I've smelled this before. I'm getting like sweet at the top.
Yeah, pear, which is unusual for this genre.
Lots of pear.
Yeah, lavender as well.
Oh yeah, very, very fresh and sweet.
Yeah.
What is it like in the dry down?
It stays sweet. It gets a little woody. I think there's like sandalwood in there.
I'm gonna say it's nice. Probably not my fave.
Okay.
6.5.
6.5. Okay.
Are you sad?
No, I'm not sad. Okay. So we got a 6.5 for Zaharoff.
Oh, I always do this.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I love George so much.
I think that this fragrance shines when you give it that full wearing and it's in the air and you're getting the sillage. I think that's totally where it shines. Up close, I think it smells wonderful. At first spray up close, I feel like it's kind of top heavy. Not in a bad way. It's just like, it's like you have this front of like that pear sweetness, that lavender. It's unusual, I would say.
It's unexpected.
There's a spiciness in there. I think once that pear note, which I actually do love, once it kind of fades away, it tones down a bit, it smooths out a bit. I do think that, but I do love the pear in this. This is a fougere. You don't typically see a fruitiness in a fougere. It's usually like lavender and spices, herbaceousness, woods, and creamy sweetness in there, mossiness. Maybe we'll come back to it.
Let's come back to it.
But we'll say 6.5 for now. Let's be fair. Still fantastic scent, still very dapper and very versatile.
Incredibly dapper. And this is why you have to blind smell them too, because I would have just given it a 10 right off the bat 'cause I love them so much.
That's right.
But I do have to say that the Rosé from Zaharoff is 100% a 10 in my mind. And it's incredibly unisex, and we both have worn it, and I'm obsessed.
I don't even need to review it now.
Oh, I can smell it.
What do you think of that? Breathe.
Spicy, sweet, fresh, very all around.
Yeah. Would you say there's anything overtly different about it? No. Okay.
Nothing like groundbreaking or mind blowing, but nice.
Yeah.
Like a solid 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
That's about what I expected.
Yeah.
This is coming from Burberry. This is called Mr. Burberry Eau De Parfum. A little bit of a tacky bottle, but you can kind of see it here. It's meant to be more of a classy fragrance, but still on the fresher side of things. This is the darker version of the original Eau de Toilette, which is also nice. Both of which were perfumed by Francis Kirkjohn, actually.
Wow.
He did this one. And I like this because it is kind of a basic scent, but it's done a little differently. In the realm of all these generic designer fragrances that are just meant to smell fresh and clean out of the shower kind of thing, this is not that. This is a lot of patchouli, which is not a note you see ramped up for like a mass market designer release. But he has a lot of maybe grapefruit in there. There's some freshness in there that keeps it nice and open. Definitely some spiciness, I agree. I don't get a lot of sweetness myself. There's a little bit in there, yeah. Yeah, it's not super different, not especially compared to some of these, the other ones, but not a bad scent. I think 7.5 is solid for this. So I'm gonna have links down below. This one you can probably get the cheapest out of all of these, I would say.
This is so different in the dry down.
Yeah, the pear is already kind of...
It gets so much richer. It's really soft.
Yeah.
It's really versatile.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's in the name, signature.
Day to night.
And it's kind of a closet beast mode scent. It doesn't seem very strong, but I've sprayed maybe 4 or 5 times max, and I had someone tell me I smelled too strong. And it really, because it lingers around the air. When you smell it up close, it doesn't hit you, but it leaves a trail, and it can really be kind of silent but deadly. You said you would change the rating.
We need to give it at least an 8.
Okay, you want to just
bump it up.
I agree. It smells so much better than it did on that paper.
The paper's bad, and you just can't. You gotta let it dry down, and everyone's skin is different.
Exactly. Alrighty.
Glad
we settled that.
Me too.
I shouldn't have said that. What do you think of
Wow.
that? First of all, is it dapper?
Very dapper. Wow, what is that? Very citrusy.
Yes.
At the top.
It's
fresh
amazing
and
how much this is held up on the paper. That's what's blown me away. The scent is so intact and pretty authentic. So,
also kind of like a musky or a salty quality. It might have ambergris in it.
What have we done? Once again, it does have ambergris.
Look at you! What in the...
Okay. Okay.
So it's expensive.
And
Because as you know, whale vomit is very hard to come by these days.
Exactly.
This is good. This is gonna be another one that I think would smell amazing on certain people and be very, it's gonna be stark as well, but I really like it because it's very different.
Yeah, there's a lot of presence to me.
8.5.
One of the upper echelon. Eau De Parfums.
So good.
Burlington 1819. One of my favorites from the brand right
It's
now.
amazing.
It smells like none of his other
No,
fragrances.
I wouldn't have guessed it.
Yeah.
So good.
It's really good. 8.5?
8.5. Love it.
Let me know if you can smell it.
Wow. Yes. These are great. This is also citrus, green, spicy, dusty.
Okay. The way you're describing it is similar to Le Loudin.
Yeah.
Okay.
But without the smokiness and no leather or anything.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, maybe it has vetiver in it. I don't know.
What would you rate this? You described it very well.
I like this one. Still, it's not like grabbing me.
I do really
8.
like it. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So you gave an 8 to a fragrance I don't think I've had you smell yet.
No, I haven't.
Spanish
I've never even seen
perfumer
it.
named Daniel Josier, and it's called. Look what it's called.
Vivere.
It's called Vetiver. So yes, based on Vetiver here. Woody, green, a little earthy. It's spicy as well. Orange leaf, I believe. It has an orangey quality. To me, when I first smelled this, I smelled it blindly, and I thought it was a fragrance from Hermes called Terre d'Hermes, which is one of the most popular fragrances for men. Some people say it smells like a dirty orange. I get that, but there's something iconic about it. This is kind of like that DNA, but smoother.
I get the orange now.
Yeah, it's smoother. It's not quite as spicy. It's more rounded around the edges.
It's great.
Yeah, 8.
8. I love this. This smells very smoky to me. Like a tiny bit sweet.
Yes.
I really like this, and I think maybe not everyone would like this one either. I think this might be another one that's fairly polarizing as well.
Would you still say it's dapper? It's a little different, right? But would you see like someone...
I see someone in like very much a businessman scent.
Yeah.
Like then another one making the decisions.
I agree.
This one actually really calls to me.
Wow.
Have you worn this?
No, because I haven't been sure how you would respond.
I'm gonna give it a 9. Wow! Do you like it?
Yes, I love this one.
Okay.
This is from Argos Fragrances. Had you smell this just earlier today. This is called Patchouli Immortale. Translates to Immortal Kiss. Mostly leather here.
Leather.
Which can kind of bring that smokiness perhaps. Raspberry is that sweetness. There's a bit of a greenness in there.
Yep. You said there's saffron in it earlier.
Yes, saffron, which can bring this kind of leathery spiciness in there. It kind of resembles a fragrance called Tuscan Leather. But this is
So
way smoother than Tuscan Leather.
This smells amazing.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I really like it.
This is the best one so far.
Yeah.
Patchouli Immortale, you guys can sample this or any of the fragrances from Argos using my code here on the screen, Fresh10. Do it. Do it.
Don't delay. The final contestant.
This is powerful. Brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Whoa. Really nice. I can't quite tell what I'm smelling.
It's okay. It is quite a blend.
It is. It smells really complex.
Yeah. In fact, this fragrance is still pretty new to me.
Is it new? To the
I haven't even worn it
fragrance?
yet. No, it's not new to the world.
It's creamy, like it might have sandalwood in it.
It is creamy for sure.
It's sweet. It
It
has.
is a little sweet. There's sandalwood in here.
There's a fruitiness too.
There is orange.
It's really nice and very well blended.
So would you believe me if I told you that the primary note is patchouli?
No.
Exactly. I've not smelled a patchouli fragrance quite like this. What would you rate it?
I think I'm not as drawn to the profile as some right off the bat, especially on paper. I bet this would smell really good on you. I'm gonna say 8.
Okay, solid.
Maybe it could be more on skin, but 8 on paper.
Okay, so this is coming from a house I don't think you've been familiar with. It's called Parfum de Nicolai, and it's called Patchouli Intense. They have a lot of really interesting fragrances that I want to try. I blind bought this one, and I'm really happy with it. This is kind of an old school smelling scent to me. It has this old school, like 1980s fougere.
It does.
So lots of lavender in here, geranium, so very aromatic with a little bit of orange at the top there. In the heart, there is, again, lots of patchouli, maybe even a touch of rose, which I don't really get much of that. The base, vanilla, sandalwood, amber. So fresh, aromatic top, very warm, sweet base, held together by patchouli, but the patchouli is being tamed by both ends. It's made very smooth and creamy, as you said, and a little sweet. So it's a very interesting patchouli, not really earthy that you usually associate it with. And I think that kind of brings it more into kind of dapper territory. But this one, it's quite bombastic. So if you overspray it, you are no longer dapper. Just be warned. It is strong. You don't need more than 3 sprays, I would say. Maybe 4 max. 4 tops, and it's gonna last all day.
All right, I know our top 3.
Well, you tell me then.
Argos
Yes.
was number 1. That was a 9.
Okay.
Creed Viking was
That's right.
8.75.
That's right.
And then Raja.
That's right. What?
We had some 8.5 ties, but that's my fave.
What a lineup. That's a great lineup.
So if you want to be the dapperest of all,
these are the ones. That's a great lineup. I would say those are probably some of my favorites here, for sure. They're all different. Yes. Gonna have links down below to all these fragrances where you can purchase them and be the dapperest person around.
Let us know if you like this, if you like our Dapper Diaries.
Yeah, again, let us know what you think of this idea of choosing kind of a very specific feeling or sentiment to, you know, tie some fragrances to. Grace, of course, thank you for making the process so much more interesting and enjoyable.
Thank you.
And we hope that you guys enjoyed it. Again, let us know down in the comments what you think of this. If you want to see more videos like this, I have a feeling you do, but just to be sure, put it down below.
Also, subscribe.
I know you just read my mind.
If you really want to be dapper, you have to be fresh first. So, how to join the Fresh Squad.
When is the book coming out, Grace? Dropping knowledge like that so eloquently. Yes, please join the Fresh Squad. Hit that subscribe button. Elevate, enhance, improve your freshness. You will feel it, others will smell it. And thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. See you in the next one.